Are you looking for a podcast about the ever-declining State of the Union?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast. Good evening, Kelsey.
Okay, evening, Robert.
What's up?
Nothing. Just sitting at home, as government has mandated.
Me too, with my quarantine buddy.
You quarantine, buddy?
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Yep. We just sit here and stare at each other all day.
Very boring.
Gets very boring.
At least you have animals. It's not just the two of you. Just staring.
I mean, you have animals too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it could be worse.
Well, Jinx does the same thing. She just stares at me like, let's do this all day. It's like, okay.
Staring contest.
Toast don't give a fuck. He just lays there and just goes, I'm going to sleep.
It's time to nap. That's the beauty of being a cat, isn't it? You just, like, you sleep 16 to 18 hours a day, and then you wake up and you punch your fucking roommates in the face and go back to sleep. That's the life of a cat.
So we were actually watching this video the other day. Of course, TikTok, right?
TikTok.
And this girl was like, I need you to try this too. But she was like, look at my cat. It's a very ordinary cat. Wouldn't you say it's decently sized? And she goes, but when you pick it up and you shake it around, get it to loosen up, it becomes a long-ass cat. And for real, this cat looks so normal. But when she, like, picks him up by, like, under his arms, right?
Uh-huh.
And, like, shakes him out, he grows, like, 2 feet in length. He's
Cats just fully liquid.
Yeah, they're just like accordions.
Yeah.
Like a big plasma state.
So Taylor picks up Toast and shakes him out, and he just, like, curled up more like, I hate this.
Like an angry snail.
Like a ball with little feet at the end.
Little fury ball.
Yeah, he didn't care.
I've got one cat who, every time I get up out of my chair during work, she'll jump in the chair and be like, mine now.
Oh my god.
And I have to, like, pull her
That's
out
the
every
same
single
thing.
time. It's the worst. And, like, I'll pick her up under her armpits and just gently be like, okay, time to go. And she just makes herself, like, the weight of 1,000 suns, just fully resist me. And, yes, she'll end up, like, 6 feet long by the time I get her out of the chair because I stressed her so much.
Yeah, see, Jinx did that to me today. I woke up, and she was not in the bed, right?
Yeah.
So I come into the other room where we do the podcast and all that stuff, because that's where I have my work stuff set up, right?
Uh-huh.
And she was asleep on the couch in here. And so she sees me come in here, and I go, hey, Jinx. And she got up and took my spot in bed. Like, that fast. Just, like, saw me and was like, I'm going to go lay in bed.
Animals know. They know, like, the second you get up there, like, there's a warm spot somewhere, and they go find where you were, and they get there, and they stay.
They're awful.
Yep. Awful children.
Just a bunch of warmth vampires.
So, we know things are getting, they just are what they are. Things keep growing. Things are happening.
Uh-huh. They
Well,
just keep happening.
Yeah. But last time, we focused on all that. We were looking at what's different. But I feel like people are almost getting to that, like, panic mode. You know?
You don't say.
Yeah.
Well, now they're... So we are officially, like... What is it? The stay-at-home ordinance now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelter in place.
Yeah.
They have decreed that for our county.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. We got our grocery shopping, like, done this last weekend, so we're pretty much ready.
Yeah.
Don't have fucking toilet paper, of course, because people just keep using it
Yeah.
and stealing it. So it's like 1 square per go rations at home here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we have about 6 swirls left, so we're good.
Well, so, okay.
A while.
I mean, you could send Richard out, like, at 6 a.m. when the store's open, because apparently there's some that, like, have toilet paper, and they will hand out 1 package per person when, like, you first get there.
He went to the store at 6 a.m. on Sunday because we kind of had a feeling that shelter in place was coming. I was like, let's just get, like, the essentials because we still don't have, like, eggs. I've not been able to find eggs fucking anywhere.
Yeah.
So he goes at 6 a.m. The second Kroger opens and is shopping around, and they keep announcing over the loudspeakers. They're like, remember, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. is 50 and over only.
Okay.
And Richard's like, shit. So he's just like trying to shop as quick as possible. He said that there was like an employee just kind of following him around and looking at him like, that guy doesn't look 50.
Did you tell him to like really hunch over and just be like, ooh?
He was like, thank God for salt and pepper hair. So he was able to
I use
at least do his
Rogaine.
shopping. Right. So yeah, he found eggs, got the last carton of eggs at 6 a.m.
Okay.
But it's no toilet paper, no paper towels either.
Yeah.
Because we're just about out of those. But luckily, I'm not out of one of these.
See, I actually made a point to get another case of Dr. Pepper's just in case.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Diet Coke because every once in a while I'll crave a Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Gross.
Fucking love Diet Coke. But yeah, we stocked up on seltzer too, so.
What has changed for you in the last week? Anything?
Well, Richard works at home now, full-time.
Okay.
Which is brand new for him. And, I mean, the only thing that's changed for me is that we don't go out of the house anymore. I don't know, like, usually during the week, we'll go get gas and, like, walk into the gas station so I see other human faces and we'll go out to eat. But
yeah.
I go to the grocery store, just, like, random grocery runs, just the normal human stuff that you kind of take for granted until you are not allowed to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the only thing that's changed is I don't see other human faces anymore. I downloaded WhatsApp so I could talk to my mom because she has that, and I miss seeing my parents' faces.
Uh-huh.
So,
I mean,
that's
do they
pretty much
not
what's
use,
going
like,
on.
Skype or anything?
They have, like, limited apps on their phones, so
Yeah.
it was what they already had WhatsApp installed. I was like, I'll just install that also.
Like, I can figure it out. It's fine.
Oh, I just got a pop-up on my computer. The Stanley Parable is free right now. What?
Woo! Oh, wait. I think I knew that.
Why is this popping up? You should buy that and get it. And
I know,
play
because I've
it
always
because
wanted to
it's
play
fun. It will hit you, especially where you are in your life right now. It's gonna needle into your heart.
Yeah. Well, we actually had a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, what'd you do?
The weekend went solid. So Thursday, actually, we each got to go pick up a game from GameStop.
Oh, Roy, what'd you get?
So I, of course, got Doom Eternal,
Right.
which is the fucking bomb.
Uh-huh.
And then Taylor,
I got Animal Crossing.
Ooh.
yeah, she needs you to get Animal Crossing.
Well, as it stands, I've been playing Animal Crossing all day.
You have?
Yes.
You said you laid in bed all day.
Playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Richard decided that he wanted it, and he was like, I'm going to buy it, but you can't cry when you see any of the villagers move out. That was his one condition.
I don't think you're going to keep that promise.
Yeah, probably not. I just invited a cat villager to stay, and he's real fucking cute. And if he leaves, I will throw myself off a cliff into the sea.
Oh my god.
So,
What do you think?
I'm still like kind of learning it. I don't know. It's something to do. It's not like my favorite game ever right now, but I'm not enjoying it.
I mean, to me, that's like what it is. Like, the game is just something to do. Because you're
Yeah,
constantly...
so-
be relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you walk around on the beach with your little footsteps going like, tss, 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 and that's relaxing. And you pick up a shell and it's fun. And you like dig a hole and it's like, ooh, there's money underground. But
You fish some.
oh fucking, I hate fishing so goddamn much.
I love fishing. It's like
It's
one of my
the
favorite
worst.
things.
Holy shit, I hate it. I'm so bad at it. Like, you'll throw the lure in the river and it'll hit the fish in the goddamn forehead, and the fish is like, I don't see it. It's not directly in front of my face, therefore I will not eat it.
I mean,
I have
Yeah.
problems with it. Like, I'm used to the fishing in Stardew Valley where you just, like, cast your line and you wait and the fish will come to you.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to look for the fish actively. It'll just, like, come to you wherever you are. And I just... It's very troublesome for me.
I've seen
to, like...
videos of people fishing in Stardew Valley, and it looks stressful.
I mean, you gotta like click to keep the bar on the fish, so that part is like hard, especially if it's one of those terrible fish that's just zipping all over the goddamn place, or if there's a treasure also in the bar. But I don't know, Animal Crossing, like, I feel like the stakes are so much higher because you have to see the fish first and then be like, there it is, I gotta get it. Then you cast like 8 times trying to get that thing in the water, and then the fish doesn't get it, and then when the fish finally does get it and you try to catch it, it gets away, or it's a tin can. I'm okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no, because I watched Taylor one day, and she got a tin can, and I was like, what the fuck?
I was so mad. It's like, are you kidding me? After like 13 casts, I finally get this fucking fish, and it's a can.
Did you at least go sell the can?
I did, for like
Okay,
one
good.
bell or whatever. I don't know how much they are.
Oh, no, you should have used it to make succulent plants. That's
Yeah,
right.
I got that, but I didn't have any weeds, so I was like, may as well just sell this shit.
Oh my god. So, speaking of Animal Crossing, okay, has your TikTok feed changed at all? Have you been on TikTok lately?
I mean, I only ever go into TikTok to like look at my messages that I get from you guys.
Oh my god. It is literally only
Yeah.
Animal Crossing stuff right now.
Nothing but
Really?
Animal Crossing videos.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you can scroll for a full hour and it's just Animal Crossing stuff. Nonstop.
I mean, people be stuck inside. That's what the world is doing right now, is Animal Crossing.
Yeah, thank God for Animal Crossing.
My favorite one was, it was a girl that got in cosplay of this Animal Crossing person.
Isabel.
Yeah, and it's her like going to the store, and she's doing the little like swaying stand thing that they do, and she's in the line, and then she gets to the front of the line, and she gets her game, and it was Doom.
So how's Doom?
It's hard,
Is it?
Doomy.
but in like a good way.
Okay.
But no, yeah, it's so fun, and I don't know, because I know that we've talked. You don't really do YouTube,
Right?
but you know who Markiplier is, right?
Yeah. I'm
Kind
not
of.
a fan.
Okay.
He
Well,
bothers me.
I don't really watch a lot of his stuff. I pretty much watched him when he was doing like the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff.
Okay.
But so I saw this thing with him. He was playing Doom, and he goes to this like bookshelf that's in like your little hub world that you have.
Yeah.
And the makers of the game actually put in a tribute to his dad that had died.
Oh, wow.
And so he was like, yep, there it is. Like, I just told them that this game means a lot to me and all this stuff, and now my dad is in this game forever. And I was like, that's super cool. Like, this game is all about evil, but there's still this heart in it, you know?
And it's called
that's sweet.
Eternal. Aww.
Aww.
Aw.
So, yeah, that game, dude, it's mean. It's mean. So
I've never played Doom. Is it just like a run and gun type of thing? Like just a shooter?
yeah, but now it's like, it's way more tactical. Like, you really have to be thinking all the time about what you're doing.
Okay.
So now you kind of have to balance, like, okay, so you're going to shoot a whole bunch of people, right?
Right.
There's not really much ammo on the ground. So now you have to go, okay, when I chainsaw a dude in half, that spills ammo, right?
Uh-huh.
And now I have a flamethrower thing on my shoulder. If I flamethrow people, armor comes off of them. So I can constantly be, like, regenerating armor and ammo in these two different ways, right?
Okay.
Because your supplies are very limited on the ground. Like, you kind of have to, like, create your supplies by killing the bad guys.
Okay. So do you have to like craft stuff on the go?
No. So it's just like, alright, if I press the button, flame comes off my shoulder and it's burning people, armor is just dripping off of them.
Okay.
No, this game is not taking your time at all. You are moving 24/7. You don't stop. You are never
All right.
supposed to take a breath. So no,
Sounds
you're
stressful.
not crafting anything. You are
Okay.
chainsawing this dude. Ammo flies out of his body. It just sucks into your person. You have more ammo. You keep going.
All right.
And I'm really fucking bad at getting the ammo. Like, I never chainsaw people because I'm like, I want to save my fuel for my chainsaw.
Okay. Just
But
in
I'm
case
out of
you run into
ammo.
any trees that are blocking your path.
Yeah. But so I got to the end of this one level, right? You go through the whole level, and they build up the fact that you're going to be fighting this bad guy, right?
Okay.
So, like, you're here to kill guy A, right?
Okay.
Well, guy A keeps saying, I've built an enemy that can take you out. Nothing ever could, but I'm building someone that can. And as you're going through the level, you're accidentally, like, helping this, like, machine build the robot. Like, you're seeing it build this guy the whole time you're playing through the whole place, you know?
Oh, so it's just, like, building anticipation for what you're going to have to face at the end?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then you fight him, right?
Okay.
And he's hard.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So I beat him, and then the guy goes, oh, it's not over. And two more come out.
This isn't even my final form.
Like, you watch this boss get built the whole time. You fight him. It's hard. And then two more of the same boss fight you at the same time.
That just sounds ass-beatingly terrible.
It was so mean. I loved it.
Okay, well, that's good.
It is one of the prettiest games I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, its presentation, it is so crisp and tight. Like, everything is laid out super good. Everything stands out nice. Like, it is just awesome. It is a fantastic game. It is 10 out of 10. Perfect.
Nice. All right.
But hard. So hard.
Next we'll make Doom Crossing.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what that would look like. Just Isabel with a fucking chainsaw.
Isabel fucking ripped and running around with a AK or whatever guns you have in there.
Who knows? They're all space guns.
Whatever. AK space gun.
So that's how we're keeping busy during quarantine. We did get an email from a listener because we asked last time what everyone else is doing during quarantine.
Uh-huh.
So, shall I read?
Mm-hmm.
This email is titled Save Me from Quarantine from our dear friend Desiree, aka Anaznivi, our cosplayer.
Mm-hmm.
She says, Hey Yimtope, I wanted to write in and share my quarantine experiences and ramblings from quote-unquote Kami, California. I think your recent pods have really hit the nail on the head with regards to the climate around the country. Shit is wild. Everyone's in this weird, confused fugue state. We've been on shelter-in-place order since the 19th with no end date officially noted. This is for her state. So California, I guess, went on since the 19th. This makes day 5 for her. So she said the order from the governor simply said until further notice. So that's fun. I'm out of work for 2 weeks, paid thankfully. I'm staying sane by crafting all day long. Business owners don't seem to be taking this very seriously. Trey, her boyfriend, is still going to work every day, although his business is non-essential. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
She says, even my boss is wanting us all to come back to work on the 3rd of April. I'm trying not to be a doomsayer, but I feel like this is only going to be getting worse in the next week, not better. I kind of agree with that, honestly. There's still so much more to the email that I'm going to read, but I just want to talk about this for a second because I don't know. Like, you see people in the news that are like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna last a couple of weeks, and then we're gonna go back to normal. And I just feel like it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I think the fact that people are making light of it is making others feel safe to go out and party. Like, spring break in Florida is still happening for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all are supposed to be smart, Gen Z. You're supposed to be like the heroes. You're supposed to save the planet, not kill everybody.
Like, that's kind of the thing. People, if we were being good, this would be like a couple week thing. You know, like, we could probably turn this around pretty fast if everybody did what we're trying to get people to do. But
I know,
nobody
I just
cares. Nobody cares.
I wish that
right
there
now.
would be a national order, just shelter in place, fucking everybody, just stay at home. All this, like, piecemeal stuff, like Texas doing county by county, and California, I think, like, only the south half is staying home. They just seem to, everyone needs to get on the same page, stay at home until this specific date, and then we'll figure it out.
I mean, I think I'd even told Taylor the other day, that's kind of just America today.
Yeah.
Businesses do not stop for anything.
I know.
We don't care what's going on. The world has to continue as if nothing is happening.
And I understand, like, there's so many businesses that are going to be, like, really hard hit by this, but there needs to be some kind of plan in place that the government can pay those workers, like an unemployment wage, you know, or something. I don't know. It's driving me nuts that they haven't passed a bill yet for giving people any kind of relief, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, Taylor was supposed to be going to work still.
Yeah, so is PetSmart, are they considering that business like essential still, or are you still going into work?
So they have shut down all the salons. The core store where they sell the dog food and pet needs, that's considered essential.
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta have dog food, right? Like you can't just not
Dogs
have it
need their
available.
Food. Cats need their food. The animals, they have to sell the pet food. But that part of PetSmart is considered essential, and that's staying open. They did close the salons. I don't know if they have or are going to shut down the pet hotels. I haven't heard anything about that, but yeah, they've closed the grooming salons for now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I had told her before. I was like, I mean, really, your pets need food. That's like saying we can't have Walmart to go get our food, Right. Like the pet food side, I do understand. Because, I mean, you do have to keep feeding your pets and stuff,
Yeah, and PetSmart also has like a pharmacy, don't they? Like an animal pharmacy?
Yeah, we have a section for prescription food and stuff.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can't shut that down. People need access to it.
Yeah. I actually saw a thing that Chewy, the online service for pet food and stuff. They actually have no food.
What? Oh my god.
So like a PetSmart locally is kind of like a godsend for people. Yeah. Because you can't even order this food online and expect it to be delivered to you.
Right. I'm worried about my pet food because we subscribe on Amazon, so maybe I should check that and make sure it's going to be coming in when expected.
Yeah, you might want to do that. And you do have a PetSmart, so...
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, well, her email continues. We left the house a couple times over the weekend to get supplies and had to hit at multiple places to get everything on our list. We still haven't made it to the store in time to get toilet paper. Everywhere is completely cleaned out no matter what time of the day we go. I'm glad I convinced my housemates to grab a 12-pack on the 14th just to be safe. Even then, we grabbed the literal last pack at Target. Stores are rationing out how many of each supply aside from food that you can buy. Honestly, this whole thing is surreal to the max. Yes, it is. Seeing all the barren shelves at stores is unsettling. There is a lot of food. I don't mean to mislead you, but most canned goods and other non-perishables are cleaned out completely. I did have to laugh at what kinds of food were left on the shelves. Sugar-free oatmeal, raisin date oatmeal, only the mac and cheese flavor of Chef Boyardee. Didn't you say that you couldn't find Chef Boyardee?
Well, I found Chef Boyardee, but it's not the one that I want. It was
Did you want the mac and cheese flavor?
No, I do not. That sounds horrible.
I know where you can get it.
No, they only had like the beefaroni, and I was like, ugh, I don't want no SpaghettiO style stuff. Nasty.
Beefaroni, that just sounds bad.
I want ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Thank you very much.
Gotta learn while you eat. She says, also left on the shelves is almost all of the non-ramen Asian foods. Come on, people, really. The meats and produce sections are pretty low, but not alarmingly barren yet. I can't wrap my head around it. It doesn't feel real. I know personally I made a point to avoid other people at the store and go around aisles to the other side if someone was in what I needed to be in. Some people are still going out to public places like it's no big deal, while others have respirators, yes, respirators and gloves on at the store. While no one is getting ticketed yet, I have noticed more police stationed at public places and stores. We took Drogo, their dog, to the dog park on Sunday. There were only a few others there. Someone without a dog walked up and took photos of the park, and the people there...
Okay.
What? And then a few minutes after they left, cops drove by slowly. What?
Like,
she said it...
Like, did these people rat these dog owners out? Like, hey, look, there's people congregating.
I mean, you gotta get your dog out.
Oh, dude, Jinx fights me to stay outside when we go now. She's like, I miss outside.
I imagine, like, I can't even think about having a dog that is just cooped up inside right now, because dogs, if they get out every single day, they're used to doing that every single day. And if you don't take them out, they're going to be like, hey, something is wrong. What's happening? That's fucked up. And then she continues, makes me wonder if they have asked everyone to leave, if there were more than 3 or so in the huge park. Weird times.
That is weird.
So what blows my mind... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, so I have said the exact same thing about, I think it's so funny what is left behind. Like, you can see what people are not willing to eat.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I want to know why all the perishables are disappearing, because you would think, if anything, people are going to go for staples like beans and rice and stuff that is going to last in your pantry, canned goods.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to get down to the mac and cheese flavor of Chef Boyardee, if that's the last thing you have left and you just decide to die
that's
instead.
the thing standing between you and starvation.
Right.
Well, so
It's not
I think
the
it's
worst
really
thing to have as your last meal, I guess.
yeah.
I guess. I think it's fucked up that people are buying, or they're not buying Asian foods. I think that's very stupid.
Which, see, our Asian food stuff is gone.
Really?
Yeah,
Like,
it
it's
just
all gone.
depends on where you're at and what store you.
I guess so, yeah.
Because we've had to go to a few different places to get stuff too.
Yeah, we didn't go to just one.
Yeah, like Walmart had one thing we've noticed at every store that we went to, everywhere was fully stocked on bacon.
Yeah, dude.
What?
Nobody's buying bacon.
God, I want some bacon right now.
Yeah, we bought like 18 packages.
No,
we
yeah.
didn't. We bought 2.
because we're having a sale.
Yeah,
Oh.
bacon on sale.
All the other meat was gone except for bacon.
So this last time we went out to get food, I actually was just looking for sales stickers and going, "We can get 2 for cheaper. Get it." She's like, "You don't even eat sardines," and I'm like, "They're 3 for $1.
Get up, get 20.
Need it." But so we were actually trying to get some tea because Taylor wanted some tea, right?
Uh-huh.
And I go, "Well, here's like a whole bunch," and there was for real a bunch. So much tea was left, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yeah, but it's all unsweet." And I was like, "Well, we are in Texas. I guess I should have figured." The sweet tea got bought, the unsweet got left. They were like not even that
Nuh-uh.
desperate.
Not even in the end of the world times.
Not
would I
my
think.
southern mouth.
Nope. Unsweet tea, just pour it out.
All right, she finishes her email here. What blows my mind is driving down the street and seeing so many closed businesses, all with that eerie white piece of paper on the door. It feels like a movie, all the shutter businesses with "the notice" in the door. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and stocked up. Sorry if this was disjointed and rambly. That's kind of how my thoughts are on this crazy situation.
I'm pretty
Much love
sure
to you
that
both.
is the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if everything is disjointed and rambly right now, for God's sake. I just everything's weird. It does feel like a movie. That's correct. It feels like the first half hour of the end of the world movie, you know?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
the president is not shutting shit down like he should be, and like people are just still going out and partying and coughing into each other's mouths. It just makes me sad and nervous and just generally bad. But I don't know. It's nice to hear from other people to see how it's different in places. Like as different as it is for her, it's still largely the same, you know?
Yeah, like it's pretty much the same, but there's like these tiny differences, you know?
Yeah.
Like the fact that people in California won't buy Asian food, but people in Texas are eating it up.
Right.
Or that, you know, this is gone in this part of the country, but this is gone in this part of the country. Like, it's weird just how different that is, you know?
It's very strange.
You would think it would be the other way around too. But like Californians would be eating Asian food
Yeah.
and Texans.
Yeah, I feel like California is much more of a liberal state, and also
Yeah.
they have a pretty large Asian population over there.
Yeah.
But then again, North Texas, we have a huge Asian population here too. I don't know. Everything's weird.
Yeah. But thanks for writing in, Desi. That was awesome.
Yes, we really enjoyed your email. If anybody else out there wants to send us your quarantine experience, or whether maybe you went out on spring break and coughed into your best friend's mouth and now you're both dead, just write in.
And you're both dead.
You're both dead.
Write us from beyond the grave, please. Thank you.
Please, let us know what's happening out there beyond the grave. We really want to know.
But having to stay home is not the worst.
It's not. I mean, like I said last time, my life is not changing drastically. The only thing that's different for me is that I just have about 600 times more dread sitting in the pit of my stomach at constant.
Well, so I sent you a video because, you know, tons of people are working from home now.
Uh-huh.
So I sent you this video that I found today. It's this lady doing, like, a video conference from home, and her husband walks in the background in his underwear. She tries to shoo him away.
Tight underwear.
Yeah.
Little tidy whities. You can see the whole Frankenbeans.
Yep.
And she's trying to shoo him away, and he runs into a wall and falls over. Like, there's still some good happening throughout all this.
There is. Yeah. You're just gonna, like, find it.
Yeah. You know, I actually wanted to read you this. I was on Chive, as per normal.
Right.
And so, you know, they're trying to keep people's spirits up and all this crazy time. So they had some uplifting news to relieve your mental health.
Okay, I need that.
So, I'm going to try to relieve your mental health a bit.
Relieve my mental health. Hold on, let me get some cucumber slices to put on my eyes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So, I'm pretty sure we may know some of this because you were, like, neck deep in the news. So, you kind of know some stuff already. But, so U.S. researchers have delivered the first COVID-19 vaccine to volunteers in an experimental test program.
That's nice.
So, I think I sent you a video over the weekend where they were talking about vaccines and how they're looking to make this one of the fastest turnarounds for a vaccine of all time.
That's very cool. I mean, I feel like we're still several months, perhaps a year or more away. But
yeah.
It's nice to know that it's a priority and people are working on it. Scientists are working on it.
I'll have to put these two videos up. We'll have to tag these two for you. One is just kind of a what it is and how it works, like the COVID disease, and the other is about this whole vaccine thing and how they make vaccines and what to expect from it. And that one had a cool kind of message in it because it was like, you know, this is really close to the SARS outbreak that happened in like 2003.
Yes. This is like the same family of diseases from SARS. Like SARS is a coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, in that video, they actually talk about how when that outbreak started to like peter out and like go down, they pulled the funding on that disease, so they never found a vaccine for it. But if they had continued to fund it and keep that work going, we could have had a SARS vaccine that could basically apply to this now.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, could you imagine if we cared about science
I know.
and had this from day one?
I don't know why science is not like one of the things that we're funneling money into, you know? That should be in the top like 2 or 3 items that you need to just like fund constantly.
Yeah, learn things. We need to learn. But so they're already experimenting with a vaccine. I thought that was cool.
That's good.
Did you know that distilleries across the United States are making hand sanitizers that they're giving away for free?
That is so cool. I saw like one brand of beer called Dogfish Head. I saw somebody pouring out a bottle of that onto their hands, and I was like, beer isn't gonna fucking save your hands doing this. And then I like kept watching, and the video was like, we're making hand sanitizer now, and I was like, oh,
you're like, woo,
fascinating.
Yeah. So this one, so this is by Old Fourth Distillery. They are creating their own aloe vera gel and 95% ethanol hand sanitizer.
Soothing.
So that's very cool. This is the one that kind of got me. Well, actually, there's two that kind of got me, but I love this one. I think this is fantastic. And if you can ever get this link to pull up, Kelsey, on your own time later, you know, here. I think I can copy this picture and I can send it to you. Take a look at this picture, and I'm going to tell you what's up with it. Okay. The Earth is cleaner right now.
For sure.
It says, satellite readings of air pollution have seen a significant dip in countries affected by the virus. Reports are that China's quarantine has saved more than 100 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions from entering the atmosphere.
Isn't that amazing?
I remember in December, like 3 months ago, Lil Dicky put out a video called Earth, right? And it was all about how if we don't stop emissions, Earth will die. And like it's happening, but it's happening due to a bad thing, you know?
I know.
But like we clearly can turn it around.
You know, we've talked briefly before about like time travel. Part of me just wonders if if this is proving that time travel is real or if it's completely disproving that time travel is real, because there's several scenarios at play here. So imagine that we would have to get a president so fucking bad that he doesn't know what to do, and just like a national state of issues, a worldwide global state of problems that has led to this, to where we can't contain this virus. Everyone has to stay indoors at all times.
Yeah.
But Mother Earth, for that, is thriving.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in an alternate universe, it went the wrong way and we all died because of, like, a nuclear disaster because Earth was just so shriveled and horrible.
Yeah.
So maybe in the grand scheme of things, this was supposed to happen. I don't know.
I really hope that after, when we get to a point that all of this is over, that we kind of learn from it and
Yes.
and keep that kind of thing going with the pollution and all that, and finding ways to be greener.
If anything, like, this is giving Earth and all the people who live on it an opportunity to reevaluate what we're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Things should not go back like 100% the same after all this. Like, it should be a lesson for all of us.
Right.
And so this picture, it says, furthermore, the canals of Venice, Italy are insanely clear right now that swans have even made their way into those waters.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That is so beautiful to me. Like, I know that we talked last time that animals are coming into the cities and stuff, you know?
Yes.
But this is almost like nature's just coming back to where it belonged in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
Like swans should be in water, but how were we making it that gross in the course of like a month that it's already that clear, you know?
Right. And you gotta think, too, that maybe it's not that the river is, like, depollutionized all of a sudden, but there's so many boats that go up and down the canals of Venice, like, for shipping and for tourism, that they're just kind of dumping their own pollution into it and also kicking up the silt that lies at the bottom of the river. So with all the silt settled down, you can actually see the fish. The swans are like, ooh, a home with food.
I thought this one was pretty cool. So researchers believe that antibodies from recovered patients could help protect others.
Yes, that is very cool. Science.
Yeah, so there is an immunologist from Johns Hopkins University that is reviving an old treatment to be used in the States in an attempt to help combat the spread of the virus. This technique will helpfully help boost the immunity of both affected patients and those at risk of contracting the virus.
Yeah.
Like, this is like science nerds' time to shine, man.
I know.
All eyes are on them right now.
Bring it on, science.
Now, this was the one that made me really happy. So this one says that recoveries in South Korea are outnumbering new infections.
Yes, that is amazing.
Reuters, so this data company, says that South Korea is finally seeing the virus start to decline as there are more recoveries than new infections within the country.
That's good.
That's a sign of like where things will eventually go. I mean, it's good to know that it can happen, and it is happening. We just have to wait, I guess, for our turn, you know?
Yeah, and the thing is that, like, you see what restrictions those countries went to in order to get to where they are now. If other countries around the world can mimic that, we can also have the same recovery rates.
Exactly. So China, where everything had started, all of their temporary hospitals have been closed down.
Oh, good. So, they don't need them anymore, right?
Yep. The South China Morning Post has stated that the virus is currently passing its peak, as only 11 new cases were reported as of March 13th.
That's great.
So, most of which came from international travelers. Parks and tourist attractions are slowly starting to reopen as well, but they are under heavy moderation. So, the place where it has started, they're already on the mend as well.
Good.
I mean, it can happen, but then you gotta think China, that was December.
Yeah.
That was 4 months ago.
It was a long time.
Now, hopefully, if we can, take all this under advisement and really stay inside and stuff, we'll never hit that point, and we can turn it from maybe 4 months into 1 month, 2 months.
That would be nice. Yeah.
So, we'll have to see. And then we have that Australia is currently testing 2 potential cures for the virus.
Hell yes.
Scientists from the University of Queensland Centre for Clinical Research have found that 2 drugs, both registered and available in Australia, have wiped out the virus in test tubes.
What?
Patients who had the virus were given these drugs, which resulted in disappearance of the virus and complete recovery from the infection.
Wow.
Currently,
that's not
like
fully approved and tested yet, though, right? That's just an experiment in the lab.
Well, I mean, it says that they were registered and available in Australia, so these are drugs that Australia has.
Okay, go Australia.
And so, I mean, they were testing it, but they also gave it to patients, so there are people that have been given this and been cured.
All right.
So they are currently trying to conduct a nationwide trial of the drugs in order to see how effective they are on a wider scale. Because, everything has to be looked at in bigger numbers.
Right, you gotta see what scales up.
Cool, we tested on 5 people, and these 5 people got cured. Great. Now I tested 100, and only 80 of them were cured. That's still good.
And the other 20 died. What happened? It got so bad.
Yeah, But that's actually really good.
Yeah.
What if Australia's the one that comes to the rescue with that?
Is Australia still on fire? We kind of forgot about... Okay,
No.
good.
No.
They're not.
No, they're good.
All right. Just, so much shit has fucking happened.
I know.
You kind of wonder what else in the news you've forgotten about.
So, I gotta bring it back every time. TikTok.
Okay.
So a guy was doing a TikTok, and it was like, man, Earth is just failing its saving throws right now. So it was like a D&D joke, right?
Uh-huh.
And so God is the DM, and he goes, okay, roll for this. And so it says January, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think it was a intelligence saving throw. So the guy rolls, and then the Earth pops up with World War III rumors, right?
God.
And then I was like, okay, now make a Constitution saving throw. And so the guy rolls, and it says February, Australia, forest fires, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, okay, and now do a dexterity saving throw. And it's like March, coronavirus.
God.
And I was like, I can't do it. Did you know that Uber Eats is doing away with delivery fees right now?
I heard that, yeah.
I think that's awesome.
That is awesome. Especially for people that physically are unable to get out of their homes, like the elderly or people that just can't go out.
I mean, I'm not going to order from them, but...
No, me either, because they fuck it up every time.
We actually got pizza last week, right?
Uh-huh.
So this was before really any of this, really go home stuff.
Really go home stuff.
Yeah. And the lady knocks on the door, I open it up, and she's like, here's your pizza, and she held the very ends of the box, right?
Uh-huh.
And held it out full arm length away, and just
Good.
was holding it out, and I barely grabbed the box, and she legit ran. And I was like, peppers and Parmesan, and she just goes, no! And just ran away.
Do you want your tip? No!
Oh, yeah. The moment that pizza left her hand, she bolted. She was gone.
Like fucking Roadrunner, just pew! Like a shape of the woman in dust on your porch.
So this one is actually in that video that I told you about, but there's a Dutch and Canadian research team that have found several breakthroughs regarding the virus. They actually have managed to isolate the agent that is responsible for it, so they are more able to really hone down on how to defeat that part of it,
Yeah, the way you phrased that, though, it made it sound like there's a secret agent who's out there poisoning people.
Oh my god.
It's just, I can imagine a little burglar in a mask and it has a t-shirt that says coronavirus on it.
And then this actually comes into what you had just said. This was the last point they had, that businesses the world over are trying to help out too, and that some stores are really saying, all right, their first hour is only for senior citizens so that they can get their shopping done and do it easily.
Yep, unless you're Richard.
Yeah. Basically, act old, you can get in there and get out.
Infiltrate.
Yeah. And then, the companies are waiving late fees and payments for some things. All that
Yes.
good stuff.
See, here's where I get a little mad. I don't know. It's a positive thing. I'm not trying to like shit on it or anything, but don't you just think about all the ways society is changing to accommodate people now, and you're like, what was stopping you before though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people that are getting plus 20% hazard pay, and it's kind of raising them to where they should be paid on a regular basis. It's like the company was able to afford to do this, but before, when you asked for a raise, they didn't give it to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little nooks and crannies of society that we're kind of navigating for the first time, and we're seeing like, oh, so you can stretch the pockets a little bit, but
When you have to.
when you have to. Maybe that's the thing, is like they can do it in the short term, but in the long term it would kill the company overall. I don't know.
I bet it
I'm
wouldn't.
not.
I just think companies wouldn't be as big as they are if they actually did those things,
I know, and that's what we need. I want the companies to be smaller.
Yeah.
I want Amazon to be blown up into like 65 smaller companies,
Because, I've said it a million times, and I will say it again, but there was that time that Amazon couldn't even afford to pay their employees.
Yeah.
Because what? Did you get so big you overreached something? Like, what did you do?
And now fucking Bezos is sitting up there on his golden throne, pockets stuffed full of bills, coins in his mouth. I don't know. I feel like,
I really thought you were going to bring up the mouse, but...
the mouse too. It's all bad. All of it is bad. Fight the establishment. I'm okay. I'm gonna stop before I get like too wild.
We actually had this discussion the other day. I'm getting on in years.
Yeah, getting old,
Right?
getting up there.
Like, I don't think I want to work to be like filthy rich. I want to work to be comfortable.
I know. I just want to work to the point where I don't have to be like, oh shit, I hope I can pay my bills.
Exactly. But then there are people that just have that money to the point where it's like they never even have to worry about anything.
I know.
You'll never spend that money in your lifetime. You have
Yes.
so much of it.
There's people.
That's disgusting to me. That should not
billionaires.
be a thing.
Billionaires.
Yeah, and I
You
read
could
a tweet the other day that was like, why aren't these billionaires, like, they could make stuff happen in an instant, and that makes me mad.
Yes.
And people were like, well, of course they don't, because you don't get to where you are. You don't get to be a billionaire by being generous. So
I want you to go to this website real quick.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be a billionaire then.
yeah.
This website is called Spend Bill Gates Money.
Well,
and I just want you to like look at it.
I like this, but I already
You like
know
it because
that,
it gives you the power to purchase these things.
but I know that he gives away a bunch of his money,
Right. However, when you have $90 billion, you can give away $89 billion of it
Even
and still
half of
be...
it.
You can still be a billionaire. Like, if you fucking play around on this website, you can purchase a Mona Lisa and still have $89 million. You can purchase... how many fucking NBA teams are there? What, like 30 of them? Purchase the whole NBA.
I just bought every video game ever made, and I still have $89 billion. Oh, and I'm going to buy a game console for every room in my mansion, and I have a 700-room mansion.
Yes.
Okay,
Still
very nice.
At 89.
Oh, well, I also have to have TVs for each and every console, so I need 700 of those. Like, I'm only buying what I want.
Like, to buy
And
the simple
there's still
things
too
in
much.
life, like a whole $1.2 billion cruise ship. Why don't you buy a whole fleet of them? Buy 20 of them. Buy 20 cruise ships, and you still are a billionaire.
Now, see,
Like-
there's an ad on my page for that diva chair, and I'm like, why can't I put that in this thing? Because I'd buy 700 of those too.
God.
Yeah, see, I'm working for one. I'm working for one right now, and not even close.
There's like so much wealth disparity that somebody like this will never feel. For example, I paid off a medical bill recently, and after hitting the submit button, like I felt like someone had been holding a gun to my head for 6 months, and they finally took the gun away. And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was holding my breath for 6 months. I can breathe again. Holy shit.
Yeah.
There's people in this world that don't have to feel that pain because they are so fucking rich. And of course, some people work for this money, you know? But
yeah.
Did you work $90 billion hard? Is that how hard you worked? I don't know.
I mean, I bet he did at first when he was in that garage doing his work, you know? But,
right.
like, at the same time, like, what are you doing with that money? Like, for real. I know he gives away a bunch of money, but are you funding ways to change the disparity of the money with people?
Right. There should
like,
be efforts made to end the wage gaps. And it's frustrating to me that there is still such a huge jump in America, a developed first world country. There's so much poverty and hunger, and there's people like this that just have all the wealth.
Stupid
I don't know.
amounts of money.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like there should be a cap at how much
Yeah.
money you should be
Like,
able
this
to
is how
make.
much you are allowed to earn. The rest of it is going right back into the economy.
Yeah, I think it should go straight back into your business or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because
Into
if it
your
goes in your
employees.
business, yeah. I mean, it would trickle
And
down.
This offshore accounts thing should not be allowed.
Right.
I mean, I think it's what? Ben and Jerry's? Ben and Jerry's? There's another ice cream place. I think it
I
is.
hope you're not about to tell me that Ben and Jerry are bad people because I won't be able to take that.
No.
They're amazing people. They're
Okay.
the lowest person in their company. Was it? They pay the lowest person in their company. Like, the CEO doesn't make.
Yeah, like, they have a rule that it's like the lowest paid person in the entire company can't make under what the top person makes.
Oh, wow.
Like, I think when you start with them, you're at like 15
Nice.
an hour,
Living wage.
which still is that? Oh, okay, living wage. I thought you said minimum wage, and I was like, it's
No.
way higher than that.
Yeah, I wish minimum wage was $15.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I mean, when I was working at my last job, I was at $12.50,
Uh-huh.
and I mean that was still like almost nothing.
Right. I
You
think
know?
that's what I made at Dillard's, and I'm just like, I should have made more. I cried every day at that job. I should have made more.
Yeah.
Back onto your positives. I have strayed us so far into communism here.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
I mean, really, we're just chilling at home, and I mean, Taylor's all about the Animal Crossing.
Yes. You're going to have to send me your friend code so I can add you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already friends with you, but it's not like you ever play games with me, so.
Are we friends on the Wii?
The Switch? Whoa.
The Switch. It's all the same. The Nintendo.
Yeah, I was like your first friend. Duh.
Well, isn't that sweet?
That actually reminds me of this time I went to GameStop and I was pre-ordering the Let's Go Pikachu game that came out for the Switch like 2 years
Yes.
ago or something.
Uh-huh.
And so I walk in there and I go, yeah, dude, I want to pre-order Hey You Pikachu. And like the guy like stopped and he like looked up at me and someone in the back like goes, what year is it? And I was like, did I just say Hey You Pikachu? And the guy goes, yeah. And I was like, that came out on the 64. I'm really sorry.
God.
Let's
I
go,
wish we could
Pikachu.
pre-order that still.
Oh, man. So, of course I did, because it was a Pokemon game, right?
Hell yeah.
I got it from Blockbuster and played it for a day, and I turned to my mom towards the end of the day and said, I hope you didn't get me this for my birthday, because I fucking hate this game.
Oh no.
And she goes, I will take it back tomorrow. And I was like, good. I don't want it. I hated that game.
Was that the
I
one?
did
It
not
came
like
with like a Pikachu Nintendo 64 though, right?
I think so. That's the one where you had the little microphone and you would go like, hey, you Pikachu.
Yeah.
Go
Hey, you, Pikachu.
look at truffles. I don't know.
Go
Do
look
whatever
at
you're gonna
truffles.
do.
Go do what mouses do. It came with a Nintendo console, right? I'm not making that up.
I
Hey,
mean,
you,
there
Pikachu console.
probably was one.
The Forbidden console. Yes, here it is. It was like the
You
blue
need
one, and it had
500
Pikachu on the side of it. And the little Pokeball. God, you can purchase it for $250 right now.
I mean, it's probably what it was when it came out. That's not bad.
$250?
Yeah, it's not bad.
For an N64?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Is that what they were?
They were probably more than that when they actually came out.
God, it's such a cute console. His little foot is a button. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
I honestly would pay $250 for it today. I want it right now.
So I just spent a lot of money on Bill Gates' thing, and I have done nothing.
Did you purchase the Hey You Pikachu Nintendo 64 system with Bill Gates' money?
Let's see. Here's
How many
roughly
could you
one.
purchase?
Yes, I did. I got one, and it did nothing to my money.
Oh, look at that. So much spent. So I wanted to recommend some media that makes people feel less alone during these times, because I'm feeling alone. I don't know about you guys.
Uh-huh.
So I've been watching a show on Netflix called 100 Humans. Have you guys seen that yet?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's pretty cool. They take these, it's 100 people, and they do like social experiments with them. So
That's cool.
it's very interesting. They'll have people, like, they'll divide them up into groups and be like, okay, you guys have to build a tower with like raw spaghetti and string, and a marshmallow has to be up on top, and your prize is going to be $400. And so they're like fucking building and going, and they tell like another group of people, you have to build it, and your prize is just fun. Like, there's no prize at all. You're just like, who can build the tallest tower? And the people that were motivated by money had drastically less fun and like smaller towers than the people that were motivated just by like doing it.
Yeah.
So they just do different experiments on them like that. Like, they had one where put him through like a police simulator kind of. So they'll have suspects pop up holding either a cell phone or a gun, and you have to like make a split-second decision on who you're shooting. So
Hey,
it's very...
she had a quantum physics book. Like, little Jenny doesn't need to be out here on the streets asleep.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. But it's really cool, and it just like it's interesting to see the test subjects interact with each other, because they really kind of bond and get to know each other, and it's sweet, to see 100 strangers interacting in that way that
Yeah.
you kind of want to be interacting with strangers right now, perhaps.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been watching on Netflix. And a podcast that I would recommend for people that are feeling isolated right now. I read an article called something astronauts. I don't know what it was called, but
Okay.
it was about
something astronauts.
it was about how astronauts, when they're out on the International Space Station for months or years at a time, how they kind of like stay
Cope with reality.
Yeah, because oftentimes they are alone, or they have one other person out there and they're in isolation. They can't go outside because they're in space.
Yeah.
They're not that calm. But anyway, this podcast is called The Habitat. It's about another social experiment where they take 6 people who are volunteering to be quote-unquote astronauts for a certain amount of time. I think it's actually a full calendar year, and they put them in this small geodesic dome situation out in the lava fields of Hawaii to simulate what it's like to live on Mars.
Okay.
And they all have like different jobs they have to do. Like, so there's one who's an engineer, one who's a doctor, one who does the plants. And it's just, you get to know these people as they get to know each other. They just followed them for the whole year and got their whole thoughts on the experiment. So
Yeah.
it's just cool to see how people cope together in isolation. It's very fun.
Let's see. The only things we've been watching, we kind of go back to good mythical morning every day.
Uh-huh.
Like, they're still doing stuff, but I feel like they probably have a lot of stuff in the bank beforehand.
Yeah.
Because they're still just like a group of people hanging out with each other, like touching each other's food and licking it and doing all this
Don't
stuff.
like
So
that.
I'm like, this has to be pre-COVID time recordings.
I sure hope so.
Like, I just can't see that being what they're recording this morning,
I'm gonna call the police on them.
We had watched another show. I don't know if I told you about it, but I'll let Taylor tell you. Because she was watching it. I didn't care. And then I got into it.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Yeah, Love is Blind.
Oh, man. I have heard so much about that from my teammates at work. They're all just like a buzz about it. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
It's definitely like a The Bachelor style show, right?
Yeah, a lot of it
which I don't
is
like.
clearly staged, but
Okay.
And I watched the fuck out of it.
it was really good. And some of the couples in there, it was so cute. See them get together.
So
The premise is that they're doing like blind dates, right?
Yes. So they go into these like pods, as they call them, and there's like they're two like small rooms across from each other, and they're separated by this like really thin wall, and that's how they talk to each other. But they can't see the person at all, or they just hear a voice.
Okay.
And so they date in these pods, and then you can't see each other until you get engaged.
Engaged?
Then,
what?
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Once you get engaged, then you can see your fiancé.
the goal is
what?
to prove Love is Blind and be married by the end of the show.
Holy shit. So these people go into it thinking like, I want a spouse.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Oh my God.
all are, going in with the goal to leave married, and yeah, so they
That
go
is
in
fucking
and they're
baffling.
dating. Yeah, they go into the different rooms and they quote have dates with everybody, and they have like a girls' side where all the girls talk about who they're into, and a guys' side where they talk about who they're into, and that's where some of the like reality drama kind of comes in.
Okay.
But it's super cute, and like I kind of thought it was dumb going into it, but I actually did get emotional watching it at some points because love. I'm a hopeless romantic.
I mean, is it good TV? No. But I guess just watching a show makes it good TV,
Yeah.
It's like junk food for your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like 100%, and I was eating it up.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I love reality TV.
A little bit of a spoiler. There was one couple that had like a really big, like, blowout at the end, and I was like so mad that was like, I thought it was like 100% real, and then my friend who hadn't watched any of it, but she did a lot of like, read a lot about it and watched interviews, and turns out that it was all just staged, and I was like,
Oh, boo.
boo.
Yeah, I love reality TV. Sometimes you just have to like think in your mind, none of this is staged and it's fully real.
Exactly. I mean, I still just go, it's real enough.
Yeah.
That's how I watched
Real
it.
enough, yeah.
So we watched that way before this stuff was going on, and we're still talking about it though.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we watched it
It's been
2-3 weeks
few
ago.
weeks, yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
But we're still about it. And I'm kind of like, I never saw the beginning, so I was like, would you want to watch the beginning again?
Yeah,
Because
he
I
never
never
saw
that.
any of the like pods parts. There's like 11 episodes, and only the first couple are they in the pods, and then the rest of them they're like on like a vacation together, and then they like live together briefly, and then it's the weddings.
Cute.
And this is all over the span of like 2 months.
Okay. God, I cannot imagine meeting somebody, not seeing them, and then being married within a 2-month span. Like, I
Yeah.
dated my husband
They
for
get
8.5 years.
like 5 days in.
That's crazy.
But like, you're also completely isolated. Like, you literally only spend time with this person. They take your phones, everything. Like,
So
there's
how long do
no-
you spend in the pod? Like days?
Well, they're like I said, they're different rooms, so you can go in and out of different pods to talk to different people.
Oh.
If you're not feeling the vibe with this guy, then you can go to another pod and vibe with another guy. Like, but
All right.
it's several days of like dating, and they like when I say date, they're like talking to this person for like maybe an hour or two.
All right. Sounds bizarre.
I think you just gotta watch it.
Okay.
There's no way to describe it. It's something you experience.
Okay. Well, are we ready to exit this pod, as it were.
Yeah, I'm ready to wash my hands.
Again, just keep washing them.
Yep.
All right. Well, listeners, by now you very well know the drill. Tell your friends about us. Help us grow. Don't forget to subscribe to us on all your very favorite platforms so you never ever miss an episode. We release weekly every darn Monday. If you're feeling lonely through this, we are here to help you through. I wish I could give you a fucking business card because we bought 500 business cards before the world went to shit, and now I'm not allowed to touch people, so I can't give them out.
Well, you don't have to touch people. You just have to throw it to them. You just say, hey,
Like
hey,
ninja
you.
stars.
Send them a picture of it.
Yeah, I'll snap a picture of business cards to all of you guys out there.
Oh my god.
If y'all have a second to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, that really, really helps us reach new viewers, helps us bump up in the Google results when you Google YMBTOAP. So please do that.
While you're out there giving us those reviews, don't forget to find us and friend us on social media, because we know you're not doing much else, being stuck at home. You're probably just scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Instagrams. Why don't you come out to YMBTOAP on Twitter and Instagram, like our posts. Maybe we'll get some polls up, interact with you guys, talk about what's the one thing that you've noticed is left inside the stores still.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
curious, like, what the things are all over the country. Please tell us what your solo groceries are.
Be sure to like and follow our Facebook page and subscribe to our channels on YouTube and Twitch. So, we don't have a bet because the world ended,
Yeah.
but Kelsey's all about this stupid game
It's so
about
much
the world
fun.
ending.
I love it so much.
So, I did play it with you.
Yes.
We need to figure out a way to get us both on there, and then maybe we can do that on an upcoming weekend or something.
Yes.
Because, I mean, what else we got to do?
It's very true.
Don't forget to email us your awesome listener mail at ymbtoap@gmail.com. Don't forget, we want what's your solo food items? What is nobody buying in your stores? Because we know they're buying the toilet paper. But what are they not buying? We have bacon. For real.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
much bacon.
Lots of bacon.
I don't understand why nobody wants bacon. I was like, give me all that bacon, please. Tell us what you're doing to cope, what your go-to indulging Netflix show is, or video game you're playing, whatever you're doing to keep calm in these stressful times.
Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraz. Check him out on YouTube.
As always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Will Kelsey ever like to fish?
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
I have like a permanent frog in my throat that just won't leave. It has made a home. It's just like the sadness frog. Settled right in.
Yep.
For some reason, I thought of the frog from Thumbelina sitting in your throat.
That's exactly
one?
what it is.
The frog from Thumbelina?
But which one? Like, the one that wants to marry her? The
Yeah.
mama frog?
Yeah, the big ugly one that wants to marry her.
Aw.
I kind of like the lady frog, though.
I feel like that would get your energy, like, super pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, cha, 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 cha.
God.